Hello everyone and welcome back to Prestige Reef. It is Sunday and that can only mean one thing. Tonight between 7 and 9 PM, 137 corals are ending on coral-auctions.co.uk. Now I always try to put a wide range of different corals up. Most of them start at $11.99, and although I don't plan to continue doing these videos every single week, for the moment while the site is building momentum, I thought it'd be good to show you what is being sold on there tonight again. There are some crazy corals on there tonight, including an OG bounce mushroom. You don't even see those for sale very often, let alone on an auction. I think that's currently going for £179. I remember the days when those were like £1,000 each. So 179, absolute bargain at the moment. I've got some really nice torch corals in, and just having a quick look around to see what to mention, and same as before, plenty of nice gonies and things like that. There is actually a couple of updates for the website at the moment, and I would say that the biggest one probably is that we have added a category section. So as I said to you last week, people are sending their suggestions in and we are dealing with them one at a time. Previously, we have put in remote bidding, so you can bid now if you want, and obviously it will just bid for you until it reaches your max limit. The update this week is that we have now included categories. So when someone uploads a coral onto the website, they have to select a category, whether it's SPS, LPS or soft corals, to make it easier. So if you're just looking for LPS corals, you can literally click a button now and it will show you all the LPS corals which are currently available. There are obviously plenty of other tweaks. This website is only a month and a half old. And when I say a month and a half old, I mean we literally started it a month and a half ago pretty much. So it's come a long way in that time, but obviously there still will be a few little tweaks at the moment. Okay, let me show you what you're really here for, some of the corals. Right, so the best place to start is probably with that OG bounce mushroom that I mentioned. So I have two OG bounce mushrooms. This one here, which is slightly larger, is my one. And then I have a slightly smaller one, which is on the website at the moment. This is the one I mentioned, which I think is currently up for £179. It's a really nice example of an OG actually. Sometimes you see them and they are just mainly one colour rather than sort of an equal of green and yellow. And sometimes you see them, they've got hardly any of the little bubbles on, but they still go for crazy prices. So I thought this was a good one to put up. I'm trying to put a whole range of different things on there, even some of these like more common toadstools. Actually this week it even has green star polyps on there, as well as some of these Goniopora, this green soft coral here. I've also adding some of like the rarer pieces I have, like this Electus mushroom. At the moment, I think this Electus mushroom is going for like 30 quid. Do you know what's funny? Someone put in the comments on the last video, I feel sorry for the people that have their eye on something, which Ryan then features in his video, which then shoots the price up. That made me laugh when I read it, but yeah, this is an Electus mushroom, very similar to a jawbreaker. The difference is these are sort of more of a goldy colour, whereas jawbreakers are more, I would say probably more orangey than gold. So, but again, really nice example. Moving it down from this tray, we have this tray. Right now, as I said previously, this is where the majority of the coral auction corals are put. Not these jelly bean chalices, although plenty of these will be coming to Aqua in September. The reason I have them here is just to separate them from the rest. It just makes it easier when picking them, because the corals are what you see is what you get. I have to keep them separate so people get the exact coral that is in the picture, but you can see there are a ton of really nice corals here. A few honorable mentions. I have never sold a piece of this grafted Montipora before. You can see that it's sort of has three colors in it. Three might be pushing it, but you can see there is definitely a green and orange, and then if you look in the very middle, there's like a slightly different color of orange. I've never sold a piece of that before. It'll be interesting to see what that goes for. These little fungi did well last time. I've got these Medusa gonies on there this time, which I didn't have previously. I'm trying to add as much variety as possible, just to, as I said, to keep people interested. Here is another really nice goni. This is green with sort of pink centers. I think this is a pink pixie goni. I have a frag of these Zoas on there, as well as quite a few other Zoas. You can probably tell that I am rushing, and the reason I'm rushing is because I have started this probably about 3 hours before they are due to end. And the reason for that is because I had His Royal Highness Reef Dog here. And whenever we get together, we usually have a chat for ages. So it kind of has delayed me. So I'm just doing a very quick overview of some of the more, significant corals. But as I said, if you want to have a look yourself, they're all up there on the website for viewing. Right, now moving on to this tray, there are a few really nice pieces in here, as always. This, I would say, is probably my most popular tray when it comes to what tray sells the most corals, partly because it contains the torches, and as you can see, I have been torch shopping. So here we have a mix of all different torches. We have just normal green ones, we have Dragon Souls, New York Nicks, Ultra Grails, and I think some of these are Hellfire. So the Hellfire is the only ones that aren't on there, but the rest of them are. Another coral which is on there is this green and grey, or orange and grey, or orange and green chalice. This is really bright. I've had that for a long time. I'm surprised no one's bought that. I've done some frags of my Stellaria chalice, which is not showing up brilliantly because of the I made too much waves in the water. So this is my Stellaria chalice. It has like a gold edge to it. Unfortunately, it doesn't like being fragged. So I fragged these. You can see they've all like lost their color. I fragged them now because by the time Aqua comes around, they will have colored up. But what I will say is they are one of the meanest corals you can get, because look what it's done to my Dragon Soul Favia. Now, Dragon Soul pieces usually sell for for £60, 50, 60 pounds for 2 polyps. So that was an expensive mistake to make, putting that too near it. This is one of my favorite corals. It just has everything. It's got like a really nice pattern to it. It's easy. The only downside, it's not the fastest growing piece. That sort of like bright yellow edge to it is really nice. I have got a piece of this on the website actually at the moment. I've added a couple of Symphilias. This is one of the nicer pieces, which is sort of the red with the gold flecks. So I've got this more, I have to stop putting my hands in the water. This is actually one that's worth picking up because you can see like the colorations on it and the gold with some little green flecks. This is like a real genuinely really nice piece. This is on there. I don't know how much it's going for at the moment. We'll find out in a couple of hours. I got quite a big piece of Acan Echinata. This is I believe a pumpkin patch Acan Echinata. And then I've got a couple of the green marble ones as well, which are on there, which are these ones. Most of the things here, all of these Goniastras, there's usually one piece of each on there. One of the most underrated corals in my opinion. When Alex was here earlier, he said I like weird corals. I really like this Goniastra with the red on it. Not for everyone, but when you see as many corals as I do, some of the things you don't see as often really stand out. I'm thinking about putting some of these really bright toadstools on. They're so bright that people often think that they're torches when they first have a look at them, but that will be for next week. Right, now moving over to the other half of the tray. This is where obviously we have all the hammers and the frog spawns. Pretty much one of all of these hammers and frog spawns are on there. You've seen most of them before, but one of the ones I picked up this week, which is really strange, is this green frog spawn. Although I think it's a frog spawn, it could potentially be a hammer masquerading as a frog spawn, but I don't have anything else that's like this. It has both sort of a different coloured green, but also like a weird, like the polyp's just different to all of the other ones I've got. So I'm not exactly sure what this is, but I literally put this up as very weird or very unusual frog spawn. Then I do have a couple of hologram hammers. Holograms always look so much nicer in person than they do on camera, because you can't really see that sort of like that hologram effect that they have. So I put one of those on there, and I think that's probably it for this tray. Same as usual, pretty much one of all of these. Right, now this is the tray. I don't think I show you this tray very often. It's overgrown with bubble tip anemones. They are a pain in the ass, bubble tips, because they escape the tray, and also they're really difficult to get off in one piece. It's a shame because these are such nice examples of them. They're like super bright, but whenever people want to buy them, they're not in an easy enough position to get them off without damaging them usually. And as you can see, they sort of sneak out and escape and start stinging things. There you go, there's another one. I will have to deal with this problem. This is a Goni that I'm going to be fragging and taking to Aqua. This is one that so many people come to the farm and they're like, oh, can I have a piece of that? Or have you got a piece of that? Or can I buy the whole thing? But no, the plan is, as I said, to frag it and take probably 6 pieces. I reckon you could get 6 pieces from that. You can't see it brilliantly because of the reflection from the Radion. This bubble coral is also on there because it didn't sell last time. I think last time I set the price at £120, like the minimum bid is £120 rather than starting it from basically £12 like all the other ones. And it just, there just wasn't the interest in it. So I put it up again, and this time I have started it at £12. There are lots of Zoas. The bounce mushroom did well, and that was in the last one. I thought I'd try a different bounce mushroom this time, which is why I went for the OGs. Although, as I said, I do have another sun-kissed, which is basically ready to go. You can see it there, providing an enemy doesn't get to it first. And then just lots and lots of Zoas. So what I've started to do is I've started to make very, very small, like 1-2 head Zoa frags. Now, these aren't for the website. These are going to be for Aqua. Obviously, Aqua's in 2 months' time now, and I want to take as many different frags as I can and have time for them to heal. So my plan is to have one of the 4-foot trays just completely with different types of Zoas. Now, if I can achieve that, I don't know, because I don't have enough of them at this moment in time, or enough variety of them. But as I said, at the moment, pretty much one of all of these is on there. So these are scrambled eggs. And to be honest, I'm not great with Zoas, so I'm not even sure why I started to go down this route. But as I said, just have a look. Most of them are on there. And then a massive favourite of people is Leptastria. So I've got one of each of these types of Leptastria. But I think that's probably it for this tank. I might put this bubble coral up on next week's auction, because I've had it for a little while, and I just think what I'm doing at the moment, anything that I've had for a few months, I am I'm putting on there to sell. Right, that's it for today, guys. As I said, it has to be a rapid one today because I don't have a huge amount of time. If you enjoy these videos and they're helpful and they're useful when it comes to buying things, let me know in the comment section below, and potentially I will keep doing them. The only other thing to mention is that, same as always, loads and loads of people are asking when other people can bid, other people can put their corals up on there. It is definitely coming, but at the moment there is a slight minor issue where if you put your corals on there, it goes to my bank account. So by all means, put all the corals on there you want. No, don't, because that will annoy Rachel, because she has to keep taking them down. But at the moment, there is a conflict between the plugin that we use on the website and Stripe. And the plugin are pointing at Stripe, saying that they're the problem, and Stripe are pointing at the plugin, saying that they're the problem. So we don't know, we're sort of stuck in the middle, but trust me, the moment we can have people put corals on there and that this is resolved, 100% we want people to put coral on there. I want it to be, as I said, like a real fun place. I don't want it to be like a once a week thing. I want every single day for there to be corals ending for people, which is exciting for people. So, as I said, the website's only really a month and a half old. There are going to be these tweaks. We probably released it earlier than required, but we're getting there. Have a good week, and I'll see you next time.